Hi guys, it's Michelle Ochoa here with Divinely Genuine, here to say hello and check in with you guys, talk some astrology and pull some cards, and wish you a happy May something. Gosh, it's the 7th, so we've had Cinco de Mayo, and still in the spring season. I hope everybody's enjoying the sunshine and working through your shadows and feeling more delightful with the light. And so we have Venus on about the last degree of Taurus right now, where it is exalted. 28 degrees, I believe, as I've decided to start the video. And so with Venus and Taurus, it's really wanting to fill the earthly pleasures with relationships and money and things of the what makes us feel good in relationships and financially. And with Mercury and Gemini, we're wanting to communicate with twin-like energy. We want to it's very communicative with learning and interested in the local environments. And Pluto is retrograde, of course, in Capricorn. And so it's not moving much. It's just kind of like getting that energy, like digging it in. And it's really important, I think, to know where these energies are in your chart, So like Taurus, is that at the top of your chart? Is it at the bottom? Is it the left, the right? What house is it in? Where is Capricorn in your chart? And this is how you really can understand how to, with that cat, how to utilize and understand your own astrology more and more. And it's easy to figure out if you know your rising sign. We do have the moon in Aries right now, which Chiron is there, so in the next day it'll be approaching Chiron. Moon in Aries is definitely different than what we had with the moon in Pisces, so there's a little more fire within us and our emotional bodies. Saturn, of course, is in Aquarius, teaching us the lessons of the humanitarian and independently having to be innovative and come up with new ways of exploring and expressing as we build the new structures in this new world. And with Aquarius and Saturn, it's like the other dimensions too. It's the building blocks of the other dimensions within and all of that jazz. Because Aquarius is the bright blue energy that's like leveling, and then Saturn's like bringing the structures. I think it's important to talk about like funneling and focusing our energy on what really matters to us, like what we're focusing and putting our energy towards, but not getting so focused in one direction that we can't allow like new people and new ideas and new partnerships and things like that for what we're building in our lives. What else do we have? Jupiter is about the last degree of Aquarius as well. And so this is just expanding that humanitarianism. It's going to go into Pisces, which will be a lot of like, it just depends. It can expand your spiritual life. It can expand your mental health issues. It can expand your drug or escapism. So we really want to try to make as many connections as we can right now with it in Aquarius, which does rule the people. But it definitely depends on our individual charts as well. And we do have Mars in Cancer, which I'm really feeling. It's, taking action towards our healing and nurturing ourselves and others. And, yeah, so the cat is the untamed, self-ownership, and watching. The untamed, cats are really like, I'll do whatever I want, they're gonna like, Dogs will listen a little better, but the cat's just like, yeah, whatever, feed me. Yeah, whatever, give me a little pet. So we've got that. Let me just say a little prayer. I believe I went over all the planets. I think it's a big deal with Venus here at 28 degrees, about the last degree in Taurus. You know, and some may have really been able to utilize this energy in really positive ways, and it might have been harder for others, you know. For me, it was in my 8th house, so it could have been really beneficial in the magical occult knowledge ways, and other ways can be a lot harder with fears and things like that coming up. And for me, I think it was a little bit of both. Navigating the inner world is very, very strange and different and beautiful at the same time. And but here it'll be going into Gemini, which is really neat for these twin connections. And something that just keeps kind of haunting me is just like the fact that we have to choose and create, you know. And it's not that, you know, there's nothing haunting about choosing or creating. But when you're dealing with the inner world, it's very different than, like, just saying, yeah, okay. Like, it's literally now about energy and the true soul and things like that. And it's just like, God, it's so much easier, it seems, when we can rely on God in this outer way, which we can, but to do both, to co-create with God and to hope that, not hope, but yeah, I hope that it still aligns like the way our soul, with what our soul signed up to do, if that makes sense. Like, it's just a lot sometimes with understanding all the and navigating these different dimensions and doors we walk through and the energy we are going towards or that's within us and the energy we decide to like stay in each day, and it can be a lot, you know. So messing with my hair so much. I feel like I do that every video. Let me go ahead and pray over the cards. Divine Spirit, I thank you so much for the ability to be in tune with the stars and to read the cards and to be assistants and to learn to create and express from the soul and to be someone that can work with the light and just remember to bring in more light within ourselves and to raise our own frequency, to stay connected to what truly matters within our soul. And I love you, Spirit, so much. I thank you so much for the divine love within me, and I hope to be able to share that love and to awaken others the way I've been awakened. And Spirit, I ask for whatever cards you would like us to have for this weekend, and for the collective. And let's see, how do we stay in alignment with our heart's truth this weekend? Okay. Ooh, we got the noose that popped up. Okay. So let's see, we got the cat and the noose. So the untamed, watching, and self-ownership. And then the noose, anxiety, threat, self-sabotage. So in our like untamedness of like maybe wanting to be free, we don't want to self-sabotage ourselves. That's definitely like an Aquarius vibe, is to detach and self-sabotage. And we do have that strong Saturn in Aquarius, as well as Jupiter on the last degree, which is anything on the last degree is pretty intense. So to utilize the Aquarius energy in a positive way is not to detach and self-sabotage or to be untamed, you know. Untamed is that air that's just like, no, I'm right. And it can also be that moon in Aries that wants to rush. But we want to tame ourselves and discipline ourselves for what matters to us and connecting to that, and not just staying in that one place, but pulling up that love and growing in that love and growing in ourselves, and not staying in the routines and patterns, you know. And anxiety can definitely come up with, you know, Venus will be going into Gemini, so that's going to create more air. And we already have the Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, but Jupiter will be going to Pisces soon, so that'll help balance out that air. But it is an anxious time for all of us, you know, as we're shedding shadows and understanding new ways of learning the truth that we've been exposed to. And I think it's important to just try to get to that authentic soul and stay connected to it as much as possible, because that is the real bringer of the change right now. We got the mushrooms. So we're going to do 5 cards. And this, what I asked was, how do we stay connected to our truth this weekend? And we got fate. So take some mushrooms to stay in fate. No, we got milk, which is nourishing. Pretty Mars. And then we got the eye. Pretty Mars and Cancer. And we got the praying mantis. Alright, so let's put this together. So quiet growth, the hidden, and peace. Yeah. I was just like sitting all morning, thankfully. Being able to just sit in my like inner self and reconnect to what matters the most, you know, the soul and what we find there and the love we find there. And it's so important, so beautifully important. So quiet growth, the hidden, and peace, which talks a lot about the inner world. There's no other way to stay connected to the truth but to connect to our hearts, to take that time to be slow, to be soft, to receive our own soul, connecting to the divine feminine. We can feel so pushed to move and take action, and of course we need to, but there's a lot of healing going on at this time as well. And if your frequency's off, then you're going to attract that, and we're creating those ripples, right? Fate. Let's get to the fate card. Outside forces, events falling into place, acceptance. I think acceptance is key. I'm learning with this inner world, because it'll be like, oh, accept your divine feminine, just accept yourself and see yourself and all this, and it's like, yeah, but like how? Like I do, but it's like really like embodying it and knowing it, and it's crazy because you can say it all day, but you gotta emotionally embody that light of who we are and who we're connected to and what we came here to do, who we came here to be, and what we will do with that. So as we get into our quiet growth in the hidden place and hold on to peace, the fate will align us as we accept that things will just fall into place. And the milk is the nourishment, nourishing ourselves, very Mars in Cancer. And we want to really parent ourselves. It's parenting and nostalgia. You know, we all have, you know, been through, you know, divorces and parents being, you know, their own selves. And ultimately we have to parent ourselves, you know. We have to nourish and care for ourselves, as well as our friends and tribes and loved ones and lovers and connections and all of that. And the more we love the ones that are, you know, the more we love what we find in our own soul, it is loving ourselves as well. The more we love the ones in our reflections of our day, we're loving ourselves as well. So, and then we've got the eye of seeking answers, seeing clearly and paying attention. Okay, so we want to remember to quiet growth in the inner world. Acceptance leads to things falling in place. Know that you're nourishing yourself is your responsibility. And seek answers. Pay attention so that you can see clearly. And then we've got the praying mantis. wit, manipulation, and fun. So you can be witty and have fun, but do it from a genuine place of having fun and, you know, showing your personality, not because you want to gain or get anything, not because you want to manipulate anything, but because you're, you know, manipulating the energy to have a good time. On the subconscious, we've got the boar, which is the masculine energy. I remember this one. So subconsciously, we want to take action and drive, and that's probably with the moon in Aries. And we just remember like that growth card, that quiet growth. Just get soft and accept and receive, and that's the divine feminine that we're all bringing back at this time to receive the beautiful, beautiful light and beautiful romantic love and divinity and all the things. And so I hope on these last days of Taurus, Venus and Taurus, that we are able to connect to and embody some of that beautiful, lovely, sensual, divine feminine yumminess of just enjoying our own beautiful energy, the relationships and the physical contact and whatever it is that you have available to you that you're connecting to that really satisfies your soul. I love you guys, and if you'd like a reading, you can get with me on Instagram, Divinely Genuine 32, or on Facebook, Divinely Genuine. I can do any of the readings that I have listed there, and cards, astrology, all kind of guidance that I've come up with parenting and child relationships, and don't feel like you're alone, you know. I love you guys, and have a good weekend. Peace.